Last year, 6 teams made the NFL playoffs in the AFC and the NFC. This year, format has changed a little. Now we will have 7 teams thanks to the new CBA. I want to first and foremost show you guys the NFC teams that didn't make it last year. In this also will show you guys that the Rams missed the playoffs because this format was not in play. But now there will only be one team that gets a pass, that gets a bye. And if it was last year, the Green Bay Packers would have received that bye. If I'm not mistaken, or was it the Saints? No, I'm sorry. If it was last year, the 49ers would have received the bye, as they did receive home field advantage all year. But which one of these teams do you guys think has the best chance of missing the playoffs this year? I'll give you a second. Check it out. Now I'm going to give you guys my opinion on who I think will make the playoffs this year from the NFC. Looks a little different. Looks a little bit like this. Green Bay. Still got them going to the NFC, winning the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers, as long as he's there, it's a shot in the dark. Minnesota had a good chance last year. They didn't get it done. But I got Green Bay, NFC North champions once again. The Saints, albeit with Drew Brees, coming back for another year, people are looking at the Saints like, they've done this, 4 years in a row? 4 years in a row going to the playoffs. I think they'll go back. I think they'll win the division, even with Tom Brady joining. I mean, I know that's saying a lot, even with Tom Brady joining, but this isn't the AFC South anymore. This isn't, the AFC East anymore. You don't have the most dominant defense, albeit you have a great defense. I think the Saints team has been there before. Your weapons are back. You're still explosive. Your defense is still great. Saints win that division. I'll go to the NFC West, who I have the 49ers repeating. I have them going back, and winning the NFC West once again. Although I don't know if their success will be quite the same in terms of the actual playoffs, I do have them win the NFC West. And the NFC East, every year there's a team that pops up from the bottom. Every year is a new team that decides to do something we don't expect. And I got the Washington racial slurs being my fourth playoff team, winning their division, actually, in my opinion. I think they can do it. I don't think it's too tough to win the NFC East, especially the way it's been looking. And I think if Dwayne Haskins comes along, you get a guy like Chase Young, you continue to build on a guy like Terry McLaurin and Darius Geis. You got one of the young premier teams in the league. You just got to put it together if you're Ron Rivera. I got them making the playoffs. I think Green Bay will ultimately, because of their schedule, will ultimately get the #1 seed and go straight to the next round. But my 3 wildcard teams, I do have the Buccaneers, Tom Brady-led South Patriots going to the wild card, getting a wild card spot. I think they'll still get a wild card with like 9 or 10 wins. I mean, that's not unlikely to see with their schedule. It's not very tough. It's not the easiest, but it's not very tough. I got Dallas getting a wild card spot for sure. Dallas has the easiest schedule in the NFC. The easiest schedule in the NFC, according to the strength of schedule predictions. They played the opponents that had the least wins last year, so it should be an easy opportunity for Dallas to get in, but it is the Cowboys. And last but not least, I got the Seahawks getting in. Probably with a better record than Washington, probably a better record than Dallas, probably a better record than San Francisco. Than Green Bay, even. But it's only one can win the division, and I think San Francisco has Seattle's number, albeit it was very close. It came down to a play last year to decide who was going to win that division, but I think they'll still get in under this new format. You'll see. Looks like what it will be. Seattle will go to New Orleans. Dallas would go to Washington, and the Bucs would go to San Francisco. I like it. Let me give you guys my AFC again. I'm just giving you guys teams that I believe will either get better or worse going into next year. You guys determine.